So you need one little edge, and you need to practice that over and over and over again. And many people say that when trading's going really, really well, it becomes quite boring. You're doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I know a lot of traders who in fact start to lose money because they get bored with what they're doing and they look for a little bit of excitement. Does that ever happen to anybody apart from me? Where you start to look for some a little bit of excitement, pick the odd bottom. In fact, some trading coaches say that you should do that once a month just to get rid of it. Okay, you should do something aggressive like that once a month so that you actually get, it's like the urge to scratch a spot, you can get rid of it. Put together your trading plan, a simple mechanical plan. The more mechanical, the better. And then my challenge to you folks is to follow that plan without deviation for a batch of somewhere between 20 and 30 trades. That's going to take quite a bit of doing. It is a rite of passage. Your job, folks, is to have a plan and focus on the process of executing that plan over and over and over again. And if you focus on the process, the loot will take care of itself. The big and biggest hurdle that you have is to get over the first 8 trades. Everybody in this room is 8 to 13 trades away from the trader you want to be. That's all. But very few people get there because they don't adhere to the one system until that neural pathway is built. So that's the process if you want to be successful, folks. Sit down, put together a fairly simple system, adhere to 1 to 2% position sizing, and then the real work starts of being able to follow that system through thick and thin. And you're only about 8 to 13 trades away from being able to do that. That's all.
It's so easy to lose the moment and do something silly. And the only way to actually sidestep fears is to be in this moment. And the first way to build presence is to practice being present when your self-esteem is not being threatened. And that little bar going up and down can certainly threaten your ego. And your ego's scared of death because if you're wrong, it gets hammered.
You've got a written plan that suits you. It should not be more than 1 page. Think about position sizing. And then the real exercise is to focus on perfect execution of that plan for somewhere between 5 and 20 trades. You need one little pattern. You need to practice really, really good money management, and that just means not losing any more than 1% of your loot, or at the very most 2% of your loot in any one trade. And then the third thing is to build the discipline to just do it over and over and over again.
And I've looked at the winners and I've looked at the losers. And it's quite simple. The winners, in fact, think quite differently from the losers. When a losing trader has got a winning trade, they very quickly become pessimistic. They become pessimistic that the market is going to snap their money away. And when a losing trader has got a losing position, they become optimistic. They become optimistic that the darn thing's going to turn around. Winning traders simply think differently. When a winning trader has got a winning position, they become optimistic. And when they've got a losing position, they become pessimistic very quickly. So my challenge to everybody listening is that on your next trade or your next investment, become aware of your thinking. If the thing goes your way, do your best to become optimistic and let the darn thing run. If the thing doesn't go your way, become pessimistic very, very quickly indeed. And those of you that have been around the game will know that it's incredibly difficult to follow a simple set of rules. We've got 2 brains. I'm sure you've all heard of the reptile brain and the front lobe brain. Well, I want you to think now, folks, that you're a summer's afternoon and the barbecue's going and kids are having fun playing football, right? And you're standing there, a ball comes out of nowhere. Football comes out of nowhere. What do? Duck, without thinking about it. A similar situation, but standing there Sunday afternoon and somebody throws a ball at you very slowly. What do? You catch it. So if somebody chucks a ball at you really, 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 really fast, Believe it or not, and according to this professor of psychology at UCT, there's a part of your brain that actually reacts, and it reacts up to half a second faster than your normal brain, this reptile brain, and its job is to keep you out of trouble. And frequently that happens in our trading as well, where have you ever done something dumb that you've sworn you'll never do again? Okay. And that's because that reptile brain is in fact trying to keep you away from danger. Not they're lying about to hit you, but in fact emotional danger. This is when I first was alerted to the power of adding to winning trades. This is where it all came from. He proposed in our course a Nancy Martingale system, which I still use on the roulette wheels to this day. With a reverse martingale, if we have 7 losers in a row, and then we get 1 win, we lose a miserable $60. But if we add when we've got a winner, we in fact make $1,270. And when we lose, we go back to the basic bet again. This still works. If you're not present, folks, there's a part of you that's designed by the Almighty, or whoever you believe in, to keep you safe and well, away from physical danger, away from emotional danger. And if you're not present, you'll find that you keep doing really, really, really dumb things. So when you're sitting in your trading desk, it's really, really important that you're totally and utterly there. Not thinking about the past, not thinking about the future, totally in that moment. The good trade's always the hard trade, always. Not emotionally, not intellectually difficult. In fact, the thicker you are, the better probably, but emotionally difficult. And one of the things that my very first desk head taught me, he used to always say that when it's time to buy, you won't want to. When it's time to buy, you won't want to. I drum this into the VectorVest customers every Monday afternoon. Now, I started to buy stocks at the lows a few days ago, just before they went up. You should have seen the mails I got, like I was a complete effing idiot. Say that you have an expectation that this trade's going to work out, and it doesn't work out. It creates a great deal of pain. That happens again. More pain arrives. Your setup comes again. Your job is to execute that setup without fear or hesitation. But our minds have got 2 characteristics. Associate one moment with the previous moment, and they want to avoid pain. The setup comes again, sir, and at a level that you know nothing about, your mind sees the last 2, and it says, this caused me pain. And at a level you know nothing about, you'll subtly hesitate. Has anybody ever hesitated to take a trade here? That's the reason why. And the way to get over that is to stop the pain. And the only way to stop the pain is to believe with every fiber of your body that at the level of one trade, anything can happen. So if you have pain, it's because you haven't fully accepted that fact.